Yo, Zionics, what's up? I'm just gonna send out a blast real quick to the mini chat list, live stream list. Then we'll just start hanging out. Let's see. Yep. Give it a few minutes, guys. Say hello if you're in here. I can't look at the chat yet. I'm actually looking at another screen, but yeah, pop your questions in below. You guys know the drill. Oh. All right, let's see. Almost done, guys. Give me a second. Okay. Boom. Okay. Let's see what we got. Ooh, we got some people in here. Got Zionics. You guys want to? I'm actually back in my office in Seattle. Got a nice co-working space. I'll show you guys a little later what it looks like in here, but it's pretty cool. They got free beer and all that stuff too. So I've been here for about a year and a half or so. It's right across my house, so I can just walk to work. And that's part of what we're going to talk today about productivity, running an online business, and then we can jump into some usual AMAs, and then give you guys some tips on productivity, running an online business, and then if you guys want to cover anything about like product research or any of my recent videos, we'll hop into all that stuff too. All right, so let's just start. I'm going to give you some quick nuggets on productivity on the whiteboard here, okay? So I can't remember what video it is that I have, but I talk about productivity, setting goals, that kind of stuff. Here's what I do on a daily basis in the morning, okay? So I have a written planner, and I basically go like this, okay? You guys see? Can you guys see? Give me a 1 if you guys can see good. This is what I do. Not sure if you guys can see that. Let me use a darker color. Oh, there you go. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is what I do every morning, right? Now the A pile over here, that is your absolute must need to do tasks. Okay, these are the tasks that are going to move your business forward, right? They're going to generate you money. They're going to knock down some kind of barrier you have. This is not like answer emails or anything, right? This is like research plus pick 3 products and add to store. So if you're in the product research phase, right, it might be researching and picking 3 products and then actually adding it to your store, right? So you have to, in the A column, you always want it to be quantifiable, meaning you can measure if you're successful, if you're doing the task, right? For me, like right now, I'm rolling out a new sales funnel. So for me, it's something like write copy for new sales page, right? So again, this A column is just keep it simple. You don't want to fill that with like 50 things, right? There should only be like 1 or 2 things in there every single day, right? This is your absolute must need to do task that you need to do by the end of the day, okay? In the B column, it's important tasks, but things that aren't going to directly generate you revenue or directly move your business from point A to point B, basically, right? So could be things like, plan out media schedule, something like that. Media schedule. Things around planning, things about organizing, which you already have. Things that still require like brain power, but that aren't going to necessarily move your business forward in a big way, like column A would. Now C is going to be things like just, fill out an application for something, right? Or it could be customer service emails or something like that, right? If you're brand new. So C are things that don't require any brain power, right? Like you can do it at like 6 p.m. in the day after you've already had like an 8-hour work day, right? So this is literally, I have a written planner, like a notebook, and that's actually how I plan out every single day. I have an A, B, and C column. A is what I absolutely need to do. B is important tasks, but not necessarily going to correlate to direct revenue or moving my business like huge leaps and bounds forward like A will. And C is just like, hey, what are like the annoying tasks that I need to do by the end of the day, right? Easy. You should maybe have like maybe 1 or 2 tasks in all of those. And then, just keep it simple, right? Some people, they wake up in the morning, they feel unmotivated, and they'll make a list of like 50 to do tasks, right? You're not going to get anywhere with that. You only got, 24 hours in a day and even less than that to actually work. So that's a little productivity tip here. I've been doing that since, I've been a project manager at a corporate job. And even after I quit my job, I still do this, right? Because writing things out physically really helps me like this. So pretty simple. Is that helpful? Does it help you guys? I know a lot of people will, they think of the internet marketing lifestyle and that kind of stuff, and they often get sucked into that image where they sit on a beach and press a button and they don't do any work, right? You need to be able to organize your thoughts and figure out what your objectives are for each day, or you're not going to get shit done. Okay, that's the bottom line. So this is what I do. Anybody else do the same? Like, what do you guys do? Let me know what you guys do. What's your productivity tips? Oh, you guys can't see. There we go. Sorry, guys. I need to get a better webcam that I can take on the road with me. But I scroll up to the top here. But yeah, just make an A column, a B column, and a C column, right? A is what moves your business forward, what makes you money directly, right? Like setting up ads or something like that. B are important tasks, but don't necessarily move your business huge amounts forward. And then C is just tasks that you need to do by the end of the day. So you should always be doing the A tasks first and then working your way down from there. So your C tasks, you should not be doing in the morning, right? Like answering emails. I don't do that till 6 p.m. in the day, right? I shouldn't even be answering like all the Facebook posts and stuff from the eCommerce Assassins group. But since it's new, and since you guys are still helping me grow, I've been answering it, throughout the day. But usually those type of things I don't answer till the end of the day. Okay, so that is productivity tips. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box. Nate Shaw says, dedicate him in the shower right now with a life proof. Nice, man. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for tuning in. Marco just woke up. Glad you could join us. Kyle Y. How do we know if we're on the ManyChat list? Do we get a Facebook message? Yeah, every time I go live, I send out a Facebook Messenger broadcast. So you should have just gotten one. If you didn't, then the link should be in the group to join that. And this is just basically whenever I have a cool new video that comes out that I think is really special, or I have a live session going on. Everyone's saying, what's up? What's up, guys? Michael Y says it's Kevin Vang. Oh, looks like you're under two names on here. Zonic said, I'm still extremely confused on what niche to do. Okay, well, if you're confused, ask yourself I know people hate when other people say this, but ask yourself what you're passionate about, right? What are you passionate about? And if it's something like, like colored pencils or something like that, obviously don't do it. But if it's big enough, if it's semi-big where there's like millions of people who like the same thing as you that you're passionate about, look into going into that, right? And you don't have to sell all physical products, right? Like I sell digital products too with my physical products as upsells. I have membership programs, recurring income from, auto ship programs, those type of things. So you don't have to always look for super specific physical products. So if you don't know what niche you're going to go into yet, just think about what you're passionate about and then work your way back from there. Write down 3 to 5 things that you're really passionate about, right? That's pretty much where I'd start, right? So you guys know that I do health supplements. Why did I get into that? Because I'm passionate about health, right? Passionate about fitness, biohacking, nootropics, those kind of things. So I started a business around it, right? Same thing you should do, right? Just think about what you're passionate about first, and then you can branch out from there. Need a new marker. Yeah, sorry guys. These are not mine. This is it's my co-working spaces stuff. But if you guys didn't hear me when I was explaining that, let me know. I can re-explain it. Michael Y says, I wake up with a similar goal, but end up getting overwhelmed. So if you're getting overwhelmed, then lower the amount of tasks you have on your to-do list, right? Like before, I used to be like super motivated when I woke up, write down 20 different things I need to do during the day, and I'd only get done like 3. So what did I do? I just condensed everything, all my goals and tasks into just the 3 most important things that fit into A, B, and C here. Every day, this is what I do. Every single day. If you guys saw my notebook, you'd see it on every single, date column. Kyle Y, I do something similar, but I have a priority chart with sticky notes. Yeah, whatever works for you, man. Like whatever works for you guys, do it, right? I highly suggest getting a physical written out book, though, like a planner or something. There's a lot of research that goes into the psychology of actually writing things out physically versus typing it into like a to-do list, like an Evernote list or something like that. I do use Evernote, but more not for actually writing down my objectives for the day. Muad says, actually, I make 3 important to-do lists every morning, but I don't do all of it. What do you suggest? So even if you don't get it all done, the point is just, I always try to get A done. So the A column right here, I always try to get that done, right? That is the thing that I have to do for the day. B and C are kind of just like, it would be good to do those, but A is like the absolute, I need to do it, right? So set up your priority chart or your goal chart or whatever it is with the highest priority thing first, so you don't spend energy and time on something like emails, right? And by the time you finish emails, you're all tired and out of energy, right? Out of motivation. So always focus on the tasks first that are the biggest, and then work your way down from there. Nate Shaw says, still searching for a winning product and ad. I do understand most of the profit is made in the back end, and I do have one-click upsells for now. Do you recommend finding a winner first and then build a funnel? I like to just have it all set up from the beginning, but that's because I can build them pretty quickly. If you're someone who gets stuck a lot, like just on every single step, and then you end up taking like 2 months to make a funnel, then don't do that. I'm always about the fastest path to have. In the tech world, they call it an MVP, minimum viable product. So if you guys watch my day 2 video where I'm setting up the store, it doesn't look that nice, right? Because I don't really care about it at that point because there's no sales coming in. Same thing with you. Like if you are someone who takes forever, who like designs things and spends days and weeks doing that, then just get the minimum amount of stuff up, which is probably just a product and an ad, and then set up the back end stuff after you got some sales coming in. You might give up some profit if you do have a winner, but just move as quickly as you can and get things up and running, right? So people always talk about finding a winning product. They always talk about finding a winning product. But you're never going to find one that lasts forever, right? Like there's always going to be work you need to do. So a lot of mistakes that I see dropshippers make is they find a product that's selling and they just try to coast on it, right? They don't set up any back end. They don't try to test similar products, anything like that. So yeah, definitely still look for a winner, but try to enjoy like the process of like what you're learning in the process. And don't look at it like you're failing just because you don't have a winning product right away. Because for me, it took me a month and I spent a few $1,000s, not including like mentoring and all that. So a lot of people get discouraged when they don't find something that works after like a couple of weeks. When realistically, it's not really how it works. Fernando says, can you make a video on setting up an email sequence? I can make a video on, like my general email sequence, like what the strategy is behind it. I don't want to make a video of me actually like setting up Klaviyo or MailChimp or anything like that. I really don't like making technical videos like that because MailChimp and Klaviyo, they already have those tutorials for you. I can just give you my strategy. I don't know if I'd give you my exact copy and paste templates, but I can give you what is included, like the high level points. And yeah, I think I can do something around that. In Kemjika, sorry, I don't know how you say that. Is China still observing their New Year festivities, really having delays in delivery of some orders? Yeah, they do. So you always got to talk to your suppliers, right? I can't tell you what your supplier does. Most of my suppliers, they have workers that work through Chinese New Year. So it's not really an issue for me, but that's because I have a relationship with my suppliers, right? So I've been working with the same suppliers for like over a year now. So you just gotta talk to them, right? I can't tell you what's gonna happen. Chinese New Year is definitely a thing. So if you haven't talked to your supplier yet, then you're already behind and you need to message them like right after you get off this call. But yeah, just talk to them. They'll tell you what you can do from there. Louis asks, do you have any spreadsheets for tracking products? To be honest, guys, I'm not a very organized person, really. This is about as organized as it gets right here, okay? So that's funny because I used to be a project manager, which is your job is to be organized, right? But I'm not very organized. So as far as tracking products, I literally just write it down in a notepad, right? I don't really have a spreadsheet or anything like that. The only thing I really have spreadsheets for are like when I'm doing interest for Facebook targeting. If you guys watched my video that I just posted today, that's basically the only thing that I have spreadsheets for. Everything else, like you should see my room. It's pretty much a mess. You should see like my desk has papers all over the place. Yeah, I'm not organized at all. So if you guys are asking like for really organized stuff, I usually hand that off to a VA to do for me, and they make it all organized for me. Asian boy Will, back in Seattle. Yes, I am, but I'm going to be in St. Louis this weekend and for half of next week. So I'm trying to pump out some videos before I head there. Kyle Y, how often do you send promotions to your email list? what is considered to be spammy. I do usually about 1 content email a week, 1 to 2 content emails a week. That's just like hanging out, like just how I do with you guys. I'll probably start a newsletter for Ecom Assassins too. Would you guys like to see that? You guys want to see my thoughts on business? If I did like a weekly newsletter, give me a 3 if you guys are interested in that. But anyway, email list about 1 to 2 times a week on content, and then 2 promotions a week. So that could be like a sale. It could be a pre-sale, which means like, hey, we're about to release this new product, or we have this product that's not publicly on our store. Would you like a discount on that, right? I send those out about twice a week, and email makes up about 25 to 30% of my overall revenue. Yeah, actually close to 25%, close to 25, more than 30. But during Christmas time, it was pretty high as far as email goes. But yeah, about 2 times a week for promotions. I'd say 3 times max if you're going to promote like products or discount codes is what you want to do before it's kind of spammy. But yeah, that's what I do. Louis says, all right, cheers. Was just wondering if you tracked how well products convert on a spreadsheet or something. No, not really. I use something called Improvely. I just started using something called Improvely, which is just like a conversion tracking tool, because I use multiple ad platforms. I use a lot of Google. I use a lot of I use Bing, and I use Facebook. Those are like my 3 main traffic sources, and that helps me to track what's coming in from each of those traffic sources. So Improvely is what I use. I don't like to do a lot of manual work with tracking, but yeah. Steven says, good video, by the way, today. Thank you, Steven. Saturas says, so I got 147 sales from 11 Instagram shoutouts. Would you suggest moving into Facebook lookalike audiences based on add to cart, initiate checkout, purchase? Yeah, sure. I mean, people ask me this kind of stuff all the time. Like, I got this many sales from this many shoutouts or this many ads. Should I do a lookalike audience? I can't tell you what's going to work exactly. What I can tell you is what a lookalike audience is, right? So a lookalike audience is basically whatever your seed audience is, right? Whether it's view content, add to cart, initiate checkout. Facebook just goes out and finds people who are just like those people or similar, right? And the more people you have in the audience, the better, right? But for me, I always just started as soon as possible, usually after 100 sales at the minimum. And then if it's 300, or if it's add to cart or view content, 300 or above on those. But yeah, people always ask me, should I start a lookalike now? Anything over 100 I've done before. And I can't tell you it's going to work or it's not going to work. I don't own Facebook. That is just what I do. And yeah, go for it and let me know in the group how it goes. Sam Brain. Sean, can you answer my question that I sent you on IG? Let's see. Okay, I'll read it. I think I was talking to you earlier, right? So Sam asks, I've got over 600 purchases on a product and I'm using a lookalike for my targeting. I'm struggling to scale. I don't know why. I'm only spending a small budget at the moment, and there are days where I'm getting like 10 to 12 purchases, and the next I'm getting like 2 purchases, and I have no idea why. I've tried scaling 30% every 24 to 48 hours, and the ad kept crashing the more money I was putting in. So I tried duplicating the ad set and starting at a higher budget and still wasn't seeing success. This is automatic bidding with a free plus shipping offer. So this is basically what every Facebook marketer complains about is I have 10 sales one day and 2 sales the next day, right? The only thing I can tell you is to scale up and down based on your performance of the ad, right? If you want to, that's why I don't focus on Facebook's costs, right? What I focus on is once you have a free plus shipping offer, you better have something on the back end, okay? Because you're not going to make any money on free plus shipping if you just have that free plus shipping offer and you're focusing on making the money from the arbitrage between your shipping cost and the Facebook ad cost. You are going to have so much stress because you're just going to be worrying about it every single day. So if you have a free plus shipping ad up and it's converting and you're getting sales, you need to set up a backend. That's the only thing I'm going to say, right? Because I can't tell you why Facebook performs good one day and bad the next. Could be it's hitting different audiences that day. Could be different people are buying. Could be that, the wrong people are seeing your ad. There's so many factors, right? You're targeting millions of people. I'm not a data analyst I'm a marketer, and I use Facebook as a traffic source, but it's your responsibility where on the back end, you are making more offers after the free plus shipping offer, right? If you're not doing that, then that's your first step right there. I can't really comment on why performance on Facebook is good or bad one day. Happens to all of us, right? So set up your back end ASAP. That's how you scale, and that's how you make more money. Fernando asks, when is it time to hire a VA and how to go about it? Go to Upwork.com, post the job listing, and just say exactly what you need. If you need a customer service person, if you're fulfilling more than 10 orders a day, you should definitely just hire it out. Think about your time, right? Like think about how much you generate in an hour. Like what is your hourly salary basically based off of how much you're making and how many hours you're working. If that is higher than about $5, which is what you can usually get in a VA for, then outsource it, okay? And the way to go about that is just post a job description, say exactly what you need, be very clear about it. And at the very end of the job posting, say something like in the question box, and just type in a weird word or something, like say answer with sausage if you read this entire job application. And basically why I do that is because you're gonna have like robots and people who apply for your job that don't even read the job description. And if they don't answer with sausage, you know that they didn't read the job description and you shouldn't hire them because they don't pay attention, right? So that's what I do. That's exactly how I hire. Michael Y, what do you think about starting with Google AdWords and then retargeting with Facebook ads? That's pretty much what I do for my supplements. I use Google Display Network and Bing ads for my cold traffic, and then I retarget with Facebook ads. People always ask like what traffic source is the best, what advertising network is the best. Google is by far the king, right? Because again, the way Google works is it's all driven by intent. Facebook is driven by impulse and disruptiveness, right? People aren't on Facebook to buy stuff. They're on Facebook to communicate with their friends and join groups and all that kind of stuff, right? Google, on the other hand, people are actively searching for something, right? If you're going to start with Google AdWords, then take a course or something, right? Learn it because it can get expensive if you don't know what you're doing. And it does have a little bit more of a confusing interface than Facebook does. But if Google is still the king, it's still the king of all ad networks because it's intent driven, right? And they have the largest amount of search traffic for every single niche and search term you can think about. Kyle Y asked, what's an example of content email, like a catalog of your products? No. So like, for example, just think about stories, right? That's the way it works. Is my girlfriend's a doctor. She's a pharmacist. And for my supplement company, she kind of is like a company advisor, I guess, right? Or like a kind of like a authority figure for my business. So a content email would be something like she is basically appearing as the one that's writing the email. Like it says from Dr. blah, 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 3 foods to help your digestive issues, right? And she'll be talking about like, hey, food number 1 is blueberries or something, right? Blueberries are very effective for good gut bacteria, or I don't want to confuse you guys with all the science and stuff, but that's what the content email is. I'm not selling anything in these content emails. I'm just educating the customer, building rapport, and trying to tie it into a story somehow, right? That's what content emails are. It has nothing to do with your products. You're basically, or it does have something to do with your products. It's it's related in the fact that you can sell them your product later, and it's kind of relating back to the content somehow. So back to the blueberry example, right? There's blueberry extracts in one of my brain supplements. So that's why she talks about blueberries in that email. So that the next email, when I'm actually selling the supplement, it's like, hey, remember when you talked about blueberry extract the other day? Well, the brain boosting benefits, the gut boosting benefits, it's all in this supplement here that has blueberry extract, right? That's the way, right? The content emails, it's always tied into or leads up to the sale. And just think about the emails that you guys like to open and read, right? Whether that's from personalities or companies. it usually has some kind of story element to it, and something that's very interesting and intriguing for you to read, right? So that's kind of the way I write my content emails, and those are about 2 times a week. All right, got 5 more minutes, guys. So if you have questions, make sure you ask them now. Nkunda says, I'm just wondering who ships the product. Is it Shopify or AliExpress? And what name appears in the product as AliExpress or my store name? So AliExpress, if you're drop shipping from AliExpress, they are the ones who ship it, or the supplier is. And as far as the store name, that doesn't usually appear in the product unless you request it from the supplier. In Kemjika, I'm in Nigeria. Any new solution for faster shipping from China? That's tough. You're gonna have to ask your suppliers. I'm not really sure because I know Nigeria has really long shipping times. Sam Brain says, got a backend set up, barely getting sales, pain in the ass. Thanks for that. So what's your backend right now? You said you have a free plus shipping product. What is your backend? Kyle Y, do you recommend using messenger remarketing apps? Do you have experience using them? Yeah, I do. And they actually work. The one I use is called Shop Message, and it works very well. I showed it in one of my videos. Asian Boy Will, why do some gurus recommend that you run Facebook ads for at least 3 days before cutting off the ad or scaling? In other words, spending at least $30 on Facebook ads. I recommend that sometimes a lot in one of my videos, or a couple of my videos too. The reason is, you just got to think about the way Facebook advertising works, right? Like the ad needs time to optimize. It needs time to find people, especially if you have a new pixel. You can't just spend $3 or $5 or $10 and expect to see results right away, right? Facebook is basically giving people an opportunity to spend way less money than big box companies do to get in the game, right? People like you. Do you guys know how much a Super Bowl commercial costs just for 30 seconds? I can't remember what it was, but $500,000 and up, right? For just 30 seconds. If you're going to spend $30 on Facebook, that gives you a chance to enter the game, right? And if you don't have money, you're just gonna have to get a job, right? But for the reason people recommend 3 days is because you can't really get any good data off of $5 or $10, right? You need to let it run. That's the way traditional advertising and marketing works. Is your first test ads is basically a wash, right? You're just gathering data about your audience. From there, you make tweaks based on the demographics that come in by your product, the type of people that come in. And that's when you start scaling, right? That's when you start spending more money. But in the beginning, $30 on Facebook ads is nothing, right? To start a business for $30 is really, 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 really low. Sam Brain says, Sean, would you recommend switching to retail price as opposed to free plus shipping and do bundle offers? I don't really. How do I answer that? If you're going to do free plus shipping, I don't consider free plus shipping a very beginner-friendly thing to do if you're trying to make a profit from that offer alone. If you have, look at all the big course marketers and gurus and all that stuff, the way they use free plus shipping, like Russell Brunson of ClickFunnels, for example, he does a free plus shipping book, right? He gives you a book for free, his book, and you just pay shipping, but then he upsells the crap out of you, right? He upsells you on ClickFunnels, upsells you on courses, upsells you on all this stuff that costs like $500 or more, right? So if you're doing free plus shipping, that's what you need to do. Okay, you need to have offers right after that. And if you don't, then yes, I would probably recommend doing retail price with free shipping. And I like higher priced items, right? I like products that cost $50 and up usually. And bundle offers are great too. Bundle offers are great. Sam Brain says backend is email marketing campaigns and upselling similar products. Make sure that if you're upselling, that it's post-purchase upsells. Like the upsell shows up immediately after the sale. So say, for example, I'm buying something on your Shopify store. As soon as I click checkout and put in my payment information and click confirm, another offer pops up. That's what I mean by post-purchase upsells. Huge difference between that and just emailing them, even just a few minutes later. There's a big difference. RJ Tor says, would you be able to check out my website, point out any flaws? Would be really appreciative if you could. No, I do not do that. I don't do one-on-ones or anything like that. Sam says, it's a 30-day flow, mixture between value emails and upsells. Do you just rely on getting clicks and then retarget, or are you getting sales from the email? I get 25% of my revenues from email. Asian Boy Will says, if my view content is green and my other types of conversions like purchase is still red, should I focus on making the purchase green so the pixel is ready? Kind of confused. That just means it doesn't have data yet. Like I've said many times, I just always go with add to cart or purchase. Asian Boy Will ask, I've been using an app called Upsell for pre-purchase upsell bundles. Is better pre or post-purchase? Post-purchase by far is better. Dante Mello, would you recommend starting with Google ads or Facebook ads for new products? Pick one and run with it. Don't do both. I can't say which one's better. Google ads, you're gonna have to learn it. Facebook ads, you're gonna have to learn it, and you're gonna have to spend money on both. Guys, all traffic sources are pretty much, once you learn one, you can go to any one you want and basically figure it out in like an hour, right? So there's going to be little nuances here and there that you're gonna have to figure out. But if you know Facebook ads, you can easily go to Google and figure that out in like a day or a week or so, right? If you know Google, you can jump back to Facebook and figure that out. But in the beginning, if you're starting off new, I can't tell you which one is better or which one is worse for whatever products. You just pick one to do and learn first, because once you learn one, you can transition between however many you want, right? Sam Brain, what is a good post-purchase app? So I use either ClickFunnels integrated with Shopify, or I use CartHook, which is more expensive, but you don't need ClickFunnels for that. Nate Shaw says, is your Shopify store button directed to ClickFunnels platform checkout so you can upsell? No. So if I'm selling primarily through my Shopify store, I use an app called CartHook, and it's all through Shopify. For ClickFunnels, it's all through ClickFunnels, and I just use an app called App Trends that sends the customer information over to Shopify. Mr. Amazal, what is the best Shopify theme for you? I've only used one theme, and that is the minimal theme. Free theme. All right, I'm going to take 2 more questions. So if you guys got 2 more, anything you want, let me know. I'm going to St. Louis this week for a pretty crazy funnel mastermind. So hopefully I'll have some cool stuff to share with you guys after that. No questions? Wow. Kyle Y asked, what was that pre-made landing page app used the other day? It's called Zipify Pages. And Michael asked, do you recommend a streamlined way to learn funnels? That is coming soon, guys. I mean, you can go to ClickFunnels and sign up. If you guys want to help me out, you can sign up through my affiliate link. But I do have some training coming out on that probably in the next month and a half or so. All about e-com sales funnels. All right, random dude. I'll take one more question after this one here, and then I'm going to hop off. Random dude says, how do you decide to use ClickFunnels or Shopify? Shopify definitely has a lower barrier to entry. So if you're brand new, that's why I made that series on YouTube, right? I made the 7-day series, just going over all the steps I would take, and I did take I just started a new general store this past December, right? That you guys have seen if you're following my Instagram and my YouTube, and brought that over to like $80,000 since December 1st, right? These are all the exact same steps that I took. So if you want something that's easier to wrap your head around, if you're brand new, maybe Shopify is good at first. And once you understand the process about that, like setting up ads, setting up your store and that kind of stuff, then when you want to get into post-purchase upsells in the back end and all those things, then you can jump into ClickFunnels from there, right? Fernando, so last question here. TriFunnels, do you like it? Haven't used it. I like to just stick with the mainstream tools that have reviews around it. But yeah, haven't used it. Lido says influencers or Facebook ads. I like Facebook ads because of the control you have, but both work. And that is going to be it. So make sure you guys all join the live stream notification. And next week I'm going to have some cool stuff because I'm going to come back from the mastermind. It's going to be with Trey Llewellyn. You guys saw part of his funnel, which is a $30 million funnel. I think he's done actually way more than that now. But that's going to be from this Sunday to Wednesday. And then Thursday, we'll have a live stream. So make sure you guys join the group. I'm in there answering questions every single day, except for the weekends. But I have a pretty good time hanging out with you guys. So yeah, day 5 coming out tomorrow. And I will see you guys later.